This is Jamila, and this is Jamila Creates. So today I want to take a whack at that at the viral charm necklace that's going around. My brand actually, for several months now, has had a thing where we can like make your own charm set essentially, and I'll show you more as I'm making the video. But it's like I'll take it to a market, for example, and people will get to buy the whole set, and then I'll put together which charms they want onto a chain and link it together that way. And I've recently started selling them via Zoom on my Shopify as well. So if you want me to make one for you with all my charms, there's a link to that below. Not sponsored, because but for all y'all watching now, I want to show you how you can do that with like charms you find around, or maybe you have a few necklaces that broke, or maybe you just go to the store and buy some charms. That's valid too. I source mine over a bunch of time from Facebook Marketplace, local artisans, well, not local artisans, but small artisans, small business. Is important to help them out. And also stuff that I've made as well, like with clay, and you can certainly do that. I won't be showing you how to do that on the video, but you can certainly do that. I also have 3D printed parts and other recycled bits that I've made. You can just go out, and I'll show y'all all my charms and how I will combine them for this necklace that I'm keeping. So normally I sell them, but I'm just going to show y'all for an example. I'll make my own and keep one. So let's get started. One more thing before I forget. I forgot to go over what you'll need for this project. So you'll need 2 pliers. Yes, I am in the middle of this. Spoiler. You'll need charms of your choosing from wherever you want to go. So there's some internet searches you can do on like recycled charms, recycled beads, recycled necklace charms. You can also make your own with clay or make your own with 3D printing. So there's a lot you can do with that, but you'll need charms. You'll need some of this. I would recommend this size. I do go over later in the video how I have used smaller in the past and it works. It's just a personal preference thing, but having a larger hoop or hole here really helps out if you're going to do it the way that I'm doing it. If you're just doing it with loops, then you can, or with like the round jump rings, then you don't have to worry as much, but it makes it easier to see. You'll also need round jump rings, or round things. This is the one I use. It's already on this bead here, but it's just a silver hole, or not hole, it's just a silver round bit, and you can see it's closed at the top here, but the idea is to open it with your pliers. And then depending on how you want to do it, you can just do it with that and attach it to the chain. But I like to have these things, and these are lobster claws or some kind of necklace closure. And I put one of these on every one of my charms. That can be a little bit more expensive than just getting a couple of lobster claws. Either way, you'll need at least one. I use 2, so there's one on either end so that my chains can be clipped onto whatever I want. So these are all of my charms. I have them in different bowls just for categorization processes, or just to show you my categorization. But I'll change that. Once I start making things, I'm going to dump everything out because I know how to resort it, so it's fine. These come free with the kit, so do these. So this and this come free. And I tried to make it so that you can make something really cool with just these and the free stuff. The chains, the pre-cut chains come free as well, although for this I'm going to cut my own chain. And I also have the cutting your own option included when I'm at the markets. I just haven't pre-cut them then for everybody because it's a lot of work, and actually it's a lot of work to pre-cut a bunch of them, but it's not a lot of work to just cut one for each customer. So I found that this is a little bit outdated, but it is nice when somebody chooses something in here. It's up to them. If you're one of my previous customers, you might recognize this smaller chain as the ones I used to use, but I acknowledge that that's a little bit thin and small to support some of my new ideas on, so I am trying to switch more to this bulky one, but if you don't like it and you're a customer, I can change it for you. That's the point of everything being custom, and if you're making this for yourself, buy whatever size you like. I will say this thicker size is what I recommend because it makes it a little bit easier, because this is another essential part of it. And this is the lobster claws that go on either side of the chain, plus every single charm. Although, I think I want to save these for customers, so I'm just going to directly link everything onto my chain. But I want to show y'all something real quick. So these chains be as long or as short as you want, and they're double-sided lobster claws, meaning you're not limited to clipping them together. You can also clip them onto a purse, clip them onto your belt loops. You can have them as a necklace, but you can really have them anywhere. So I tried to make it really versatile. So the free charms I sourced. Some of them I 3D printed, but most of them I bought elsewhere. Some of them are resin too. Most of them I bought elsewhere though. Same with these keychains. They're mostly all, well, none of them are, the round things are 3D printed. I got the keychains from my local Habitat for Humanity store. These are little Russian dolls that I got from a State the Label sale, or sale at State the Label. And I got this little bear there too. I can link them below. But the wire wraps are actually hand melted plastic that I did myself, and then just kind of wrap them. So some of them look like little acorns, some of them are just long pendants. And then I also have these recycled material little flowers. And I do think I'm going to use the pendants, maybe not the flowers, but the pendants I'm definitely going to use today. These are clay, and I made them myself. It's an It reference. A little coffee. So yeah, and there are tons of tutorials all over the internet to make these kind of clay things yourself. This was when I was playing with using resin on clay. So I have a lot of clay things too. These are all either resin or 3D printed, but they're all made in-house. So that's fun. I've got little rubber duckies here, little gummy bears there. They're made with metallic PETG, or not metallic, but shiny PETG. These are a favorite of mine. They are scraps from my sewing project that were all polyester, so I couldn't, they can't really be recycled, and I put them into resin. Make little shapes and things. So I'm definitely going to use some of these. I want this to be like an advertisement for my business, but I don't want it to be like the best charms that I have, you know? Those. And then these are more pins and keychains, but I figured they, some of them I worked on myself and painted on myself. Some of them just look a little bit nicer. I figured they were nice, better quality than the other ones, so I had them separated out. So I'm going to dump some of these. Actually, no, I'm going to just off camera sort what I like and what I want. I'll dump them. I'm going to dump them now. Just move those to the side there. And I know I don't want this. As much as I love pasta, I think I want to save those. I want to be really careful with these free ones. So I use too much of it, it's like taking from my customers, you know. But you don't need to hear about my business. You came here to watch charms be made. So, first thing I want to do is make a necklace, I think. So, I don't have the exact measurement that I want this to be, but what? Look at this, I broke this. That's fun. Okay. I'm gonna put this around my neck and see. Keeping in mind that I kind of like the whole choker thing. I want it to be this long. Now, if you do a Zoom call with me, I will have a ruler right here, and that'll make it a little bit helpful. I just didn't bring the ruler from the craft room to my office. Plus, I mean, I'm right here. Why not just use my own neck measurement? So first thing you're gonna want to do after you have your neck measurement is take this apart. Take this apart. There you go. And if you're really particular, you can measure out and try to include or not include this one chain if you want. I am not that particular. I don't really care, but I am closing this back up again. Don't want to waste that. Okay. The first thing I do is put a clip on each side. And if you're ordering from me, I'll show you. I'm gonna take, okay, so I have these little ring things. They're left over from the smaller chain. I'm just gonna put one on this side and then put the lobster claw on one side of that, and then we close this up. So I find that it's pretty easy to find like charms in bulk on Facebook Marketplace and other like resale sites. But if you want to do this like charm by charm, I usually don't recommend Michael's because I like to do eco crafting. I did, however, get these things at Michael's. Sometimes you have to get things at Michael's, but all these charms are different types of recycled eco crafting stuff people were never going to use again. So my recommendation would be try your local thrift store. Some thrift stores are very bad when it comes to jewelry, and some are like top tier fantastic. So it just takes some trial and error. If you don't live anywhere with thrift stores, then I would recommend, or I could have some of my sources for ethically found beads, because some of the early ones were not thrifted so much as found via some small bead shops around, and you can certainly do that and have some, just look up some small businesses for beads and findings and things like that and find all sorts of cool stuff. Like, you certainly don't have to be limited to where you live anymore, so that's nice. All that is to say that I'm trying to get you to not do this via every charm is from a craft store, or every charm is from like Amazon. But I mean, if you must, I mean, at least you're making it yourself and you're having fun, you know? Of course, most of the time this is easy, but when the cameras are on me, suddenly I drop everything. And using 2 pliers is kind of a must, because if you use just one set of pliers, then you have to use your finger for the other set. I wire wrap, so I also have these thingies, but I bought that after I had the 2. Alright, so these are done, and they'll link together. So I'm going to find the center. That's here. Now is kind of the decision-making time, because I want to decide how many charms to use, what kind of charms I'm going to use. If you do it, I'm sorry, I just bumped the camera. If you do this a certain way, there is a cutoff to where the charms will no longer be visible. I'm just going to test this on my own neck real quick. Yeah, so the cutoff is, I would say about here, which is way higher than I thought it was, so that's great. I'm going to put something there to, okay. So now that I know that the cutoff is here, I'm going to put a safety pin right here to mark that we don't want to go beyond that safety pin. Alright, so decisions have been made. These are my charms. I'm not going to show you me putting these on every one of them, but I will show you for a couple. So these things right here are clasps, so open and close. So the idea is I put it on this and then I can clasp it onto any part of the necklace that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and my 2 pliers, open them, put the clasp on, and close if I can. I will say the one thing I hate about pliers is when it just slips out of your control and just does that. Be very careful when using pliers. Anything really, but you want it to be a perfect closure so that you don't have it sliding off. And now you can see, I'm just going to pick this up because I don't think it matters anymore. Now you can see that I can take this, measure it to the center, open this, and put it wherever I like. So this will be completely removable and modular. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of these and then show y'all the end result. I just realized you might not be able to see, so one time might not have been enough there. So now it's completely modular and you can put it wherever you want. I personally forgot where I had planned to put this, so I think this one goes here. If the spacing isn't right and you have to go back and change it, that's what makes it so much easier about using necklace closures for every single bead, is that you can totally fix anything that you don't like what's going on with. All right. have just a couple of examples of how to wear them. You see I have them on a purse chain. That's how I market them at my store. I have them around the neck of one of my designs, and then under it, so I have them around the neckline of a dress in the top design here, top right, and then bottom right is around the neck as a necklace, and then I also have them as a belt chain. And I'll just quickly show you the individual pictures of how I wear these as well, not just this part of the thumbnail. Probably wore the wrong shirt to show this off, but look how adorable this turned out, y'all. So yeah, again, I'll link to my website so that you can make your own with my charms. If you want to request me make another charm that's kind of like one of the ones I have on, I can do that within reason. I can't like carbon copy this, but I can make something very similar, for example. And yeah, I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun to make. So with that having been said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and please follow me on social media, and if you did this, tag me. I would love to see it. Also, if you want me to make one for you, I would be happy to work with you. My website and the link to it is below. So bye.